Guys, this is Menace the Monk. We're doing a live reaction. Um, the news has just come in that you know the news has just come in that Virgil van Dijk is COVID positive. We are about to play um, Newcastle in the next 25 minutes. Uh, but we we thought that we'll do a live video about this. Uh, we'll talk a little bit about what has gone wrong and what is happening here. um, so yeah, just waiting for some more people to join in. We're more than happy to add some people here uh, and get the conversation going. um, Obviously this is like out of the blue. um, this is not something that we expected. I'm just tweeting about this. Just give me 1 second so that we can have more people join in. Yeah, so we are where we are. No, Akshay, the match has not been called off. The match is right here. So the match will go on. But Van Dijk is COVID positive. Curtis Jones is COVID positive. It was seeming inevitable. Honestly, this is not too much of a surprise that some of our players are COVID. Yes, correct. This could be while our last appearance at Anfield. Uh, it is what it is. I'm just trying to add Manas to the stream. It is sad. It is sad. Um, I don't know if there are more cases. I think there was some news about with Tuchel saying there are all the more cases at Chelsea. No idea. No idea. But yeah, I'll have we'll add some more people to the stream and we'll try to react more on it. Chelsea versus Everton is just starting right now. Um, it seems a little almost, I don't want to say careless, but it seems almost a little weird that the games are still going on. I would have thought that the Premier League would have suspended uh, the league at this point. uh, but we are live and it is what it is. um, we have to play against Newcastle. uh, I mean, we can't catch a break at this point in time, right? I mean, something keeps happening to us. It's either injuries or something else, but yeah, something or the other keeps happening to us. Let me just tweet about it, so that we have some people join in for this one. I don't think the weekend fixtures will go on. Just a minute. Let me just tweet about this. Akshay says, my fear is same time last year we were top, and then with injuries we had that terrible run. Can't bear the same again. Yeah, that's true, Akshay. But I mean, the point is that there is this thing going on, and what can you do? If it's COVID, then it's COVID. I mean, there's hardly anything that anybody can do in this situation. If there are players who are COVID positive, I think this might be the last game fixture. I think there was some article I read where it was being said that a lot of clubs are pushing for the league to be suspended and then resumed around 15th of Jan, and I think that might end up happening. That might actually be the case, and that actually might be the right way to approach this. I mean, we cannot risk health, as much as we love football, and at this point in time, um, it's what it is. But that's what we'll do. Naman says this team is more than good enough to beat Newcastle. 100%, yeah. I mean, definitely this team is good enough to beat Newcastle. I think any Liverpool team coached by Klopp is good enough to beat most teams, except for a few that. But this is not so much about this team. I think that today's fixture, I mean, it's taken the sheen off a little bit, um, from this fixture. Uh, and Van Dijk, see, the thing is, there were a few comments uh, from other people as well. There were a few comments from uh, Kevin De Bruyne saying, how he has lost a yard in pace since having COVID. So yeah, I mean, it's all up in the air right now. Who knows what happens? Ayush says even Spurs as well. Uh, yeah, I mean Spurs. I think it's inevitable at this point in time. We can't really think of any teams that will not have this problem. For sure, there will be teams everywhere that will have issues with injuries, with COVID. Uh, it feels like we're back to square one, isn't it? It feels like we are back to where we were exactly a year ago, slightly you know further ahead. March 2020, it suddenly feels like March 2020 again. In that case, we might not have to play games without Salah and Mane, who would have left for AFCON. Probably, but who knows? Who knows, man? I mean, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe the at this point in time, I just hope that this doesn't get worse. From what I'm reading, it says that we will. It is not as severe, but again, I'm not an expert. This is again just something that I've read, so don't know. I mean, what happens? Uh, Naman says if no more positive tests from Liverpool, the Spurs will game will go ahead according to Ian Doyle. The thing is, Naman, that the situation is changing so quick. Um, the situation is changing so quick. Like we had no clue that Van Dijk is positive. Today, when there was news about Van Dijk being positive, and most of us thought that it was just people making up news. Turns out that is not the case. He actually has COVID, and not just him. Curtis Jones is positive as well. Um, you never know, yeah. I mean, Tuchel said that they ran tests and they found some more players that were positive. Leicester have no centre backs, because of which their fixture got postponed. Um, Never know what will happen. Ambarish says, "Don't think the Spurs game will happen." Uh, Possible, yeah. That's what even my feeling is, that the Spurs game might not happen. Um, but let's see. We don't know what is the situation with COVID anywhere. And by the way, if you guys have any questions about the game, let's talk about the game a little bit. So please put it in the comment section. If anybody wants to join me for this live, just let me know. I will add. Ayush, do you want to be added? Chelsea versus Everton, just the kickoff just started. They're playing. 5-0 win incoming. Ayush says 5-0 win incoming. He is always extremely positive. Um yeah, what's our lineup in this madness? No, I did not even see the lineup. What is our lineup? If somebody can post it here. And Ayush, let me add you to the stream. Okay, 1 second. Hang on. We'll do a short one because I don't want to be streaming while we watch the game. Um, Tough game, especially with Fab and Verge out. I agree. I agree. These are the kind of players. I think Fabinho will be. Fabinho is the kind of player that has been the most important in our midfield for quite some time now. So definitely we'll miss Fabinho. And Van Dijk is, he's the best centre back in the world, even with his return from injury and all. He's still the best centre back in the world. So definitely we'll miss these players. It's very obvious. And Newcastle, I know they're struggling and all, but uh, this just got more complicated. Allison, Trent, Ibu, Matip, Robo, Ox, Thiago, Hendo. Okay, Jota is back. That's one one positive sign from today. Jota is back. I think Firmino is also training. So fitness wise, we are okay. Obviously, I think that if the Spurs game goes ahead after today, then I don't think Van Dijk will be available for that as well. So we'll have to play Spurs without Van Dijk, and Newcastle as well. But before we, so it is a blow. This is a league where things change very, very fast. So I think there were a few other games as well that got suspended or rescheduled, rather, not suspended, that got rescheduled. So there are quite a few. I don't know. I'm not hopeful that we'll get to see any football on Saturday and Sunday. The way this thing is escalating. Um, but like I said, yes, some Premier League clubs have mentioned that the league to be stopped and then resumed around January 15th. So hopefully, everyone's health is okay. That's the most important thing. Uh, yes, Bobby is on the bench. That's great news. Honestly, we were talking about it before the game started. We did short Twitter videos where we spoke about it, that Bobby is back on the bench, or sorry, or Bobby is going to be fit. And yeah, how big a miss is VVD? He's a huge miss here. He's a huge miss. I mean, you have to understand that Van Dijk is not going to be missing just today. If the Spurs game goes ahead, he will miss the Spurs game as well. And we have, who knows better than us, what is the importance of Van Dijk. We will, you know, we will miss Van Dijk, and Van Dijk coming on, he's not just good in terms of the defending, but overall impact that Van Dijk has. Ayush, we'll do it for 10 minutes. 10 मिनट के
Sure.
लिए
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
because
sure.
10 मिनट में kick off है, so I don't want to be streaming while I watch the game. But
Okay.
we have an interesting question from Suyash. He says, football without fans or no football?
Mm, I would say probably I feel this weekend's game would go, and I feel after that Premier League football will take a break of 2 weeks. That's what I feel.
Hmm. I feel that this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we will not get to see football. I
हाँ
feel that today could be the last game week before a short break.
हाँ
जो मैंने
probably
पढ़ा था उसके उसके हिसाब से लिखा था कि 2 weeks का break and then 15th
yeah
January, around 15th January is when the Premier
mm,
League resumes,
yeah exactly
which
man maybe
might just be the case. Reece James just missed a sitter for Chelsea, by the way.
it's good that I hope Rafa does something.
But yeah, uh,
But yes, if football stops, it will be a breather for everyone. And if our players have been injured, one or two players that have been injured, they'll come back. Will be in full power, and AFCON might be cancelled as well. Hopefully, it does.
so yeah, Suyash, the thing is, football, no football or without fans. Yeah, see, the thing is, uh, you have to understand that this season will finish, right? Um, this is we are 15 days away from the year where the World Cup is also going to happen. You don't want to be in a situation where you suddenly have to play too many games in too short a time. That will just cause a lot of injuries, that will cause a lot of problems. You don't want to be in that situation. So
Exactly.
I think obviously fans are very important. I mean, we see, for us, so I mean, fans, it's like super important.
True.
But I guess if health and safety requires us to play without fans, then so be it. Because we can't take a risk. And let's be honest, even if there is a pause, the season will resume at some point in time. There is just
Exactly.
too much money, too much money riding on this. Um, Pratik says 4 to 5 games already called off for the weekend. I guess this will be the last match before a break. Ayush, you
Can
think so?
happen.
तो लगता
Can
है ऐसा?
happen. Can happen because we can see in every team there's two or three COVID cases coming up, even in Chelsea. So might happen just for the security of players. I guess that's the most important thing, right? कि प्लेयर्स ठीक रहने चाहिए गेम तो
Hmm.
बाद में स्टॉप होने के बाद फिर खेली जा सकती है
Hmm. That's true. That's true. I totally agree with that. Akshay says, but would a stop now make the schedule even more congested than it already is? That would not be fair to the players and especially to the small clubs. That is correct, Akshay. That's a
True.
very fair point. But this is not an easy situation. I'm sure that whatever pause or anything like that, the Premier League does not really want to do it. But you know, this is unprecedented, right? We don't know if this kind of a situation. Nobody knew. Nobody
Exactly.
knows what's going to happen in the future. Um, it's all up in the air. It's all up in the air. It's very very complicated. Nobody knows the answer. Lala, you've got
Exactly.
fan mail. Big fan from you.
थैंक यू थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर ऑल द लव मैं कौन होता हूँ फैन आप लोग हो जो हो
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think let's close the stream. I thought we'll just have a small chat about Van Dijk and COVID and everything.
The only good thing, we bought Konate, and I'm pretty much sure about it. Konate and Matip would be more than enough for Newcastle, and if the Spurs game goes ahead, then we'll be fine. I'm pretty much sure. And Gomez भी है तो टेंशन नहीं है. Fingers crossed, front line ठीक है तो उसकी खुशी है वो.
I mean, let's just hope at this point there are no more COVID cases. I
True,
mean,
true,
we
true. किसी भी टीम में ना हो सब सही हो.
not just Liverpool, not just
Exactly. सारे टीम
England.
सही से रहे.
The world has had enough of this
Exactly.
pandemic. Uh, I just hope that this variant. So I said I was reading somewhere that um, I that this variant is not as bad in
Mhm.
terms of killing people or
Exactly.
its severity. Sincerely hope that is the case. I mean, again,
Yeah,
I'm not an expert. I don't know these things. This is just something that I've read.
yeah,
So
आप सही बोल रहे हो because it's spreading here as well काफी, but still people are okay about it because the fatalities are very less, very less. People are getting fine within 2-3 days as well.
hopefully that is the case. I mean,
अच्छा ही हो.
3 minutes mein our game starts. So
Oh yeah.
let's close the live now. Uh,
Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for having
joining.
me. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Yeah, thank you for joining.
दिन
Um,
हफ्ता अच्छा निकल जाता है आप लोगों को देख के.
yeah, that's true. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you to say that. But yeah, I mean, Van Dijk is positive. The game starting. Uh, let's see what happens. Let's hope for the
Thanks.
best. Cheers,
All
guys. Thank you very
all the
much.
best. Bye.